they're great potters and break builders. I think that could be the key to this match. Who plays the best safety in this session?
That's a pretty good safety shot. He may be able to snick the one that's tight on the cushion behind the black, or almost tight on the cushion. But even that's quite tight. But I think I'm right down the line of that. And he could get the one in the bunch there, but he's hit it far too thick. He wondered if he could hit it thin enough, and he finished up hitting it half ball.
I thought, until I saw the replay, Dennis, I thought he might have been playing the one on the back cushion and missed it. But having seen the replay, I think he definitely played to hit the ball that he hit. But as you rightly say, far too thick. And this is a relatively good chance. 4 opening reds, so you can see the next 30 points coming quite quickly.
Seven. $14. 15.
Oh, he's got a terrible contact there. Stop the white.
22.
Just jumping off the black spot there. And now he's faced with a difficult pot than he would have had. At least he'd be developing more. Should finish on.
23.
Yes, it's one of those strange situations that Dennis where the kicks actually helped him, because it forced him into playing that shot, and perhaps he would have been reluctant to do so bar the kick, but it's now developed very quickly into a chance of frame winning proportion here. There's another 5 reds and 5 blacks, so he can get to virtually the winning line without going to them once more.
31.
Oh, Mark Williams
31.
has played in the. How could it be? Never looked like Mr. Easy in the first day.
Oh, there's 2 worrying things there. One for Mark Williams is confident. 2 to Ali Carter now knows Mark's feeling a little bit under expect at this stage of a quarter-final. And there's nothing that pleases you more when you're playing against somebody you see them miss a black off the spot. Shows little signs of vulnerability. So 31 is by no means enough.
1.
Well, we know how well Ali Carter's playing, even though he's 2 frames behind. He was 3-0 behind. And how did he respond?
7.
A break of 91 and then a total clearance of 132.
Eight.
He's not perfect on the pink, and he'd be reluctant to get the red that's on the pink spot, but I can't see any other red he can get on here, because the pink going back up to its own spot makes the break building a little bit more difficult. He might decide to play up for the blue here and then go into the bunch, because
14.
any other colour he might find it difficult to get into the reds.
Yeah, I think the angle he's faced with, there you can see it, could still run through for the
15.
pink, but it was an option to screw up for the blue and then into the 5 reds. But the pink spot is clear now, so he can play for the 2 loose reds if he doesn't want to risk the cannon. And that's what he's doing, looking at the way he's cueing there, just slightly above centre to run through. When you see the player cueing below centre, he's playing a stun shot, and even a little bit lower than
21.
that, then you know he's playing a screw shot.
I'm surprised he played with the pink there, Dennis. It's just that he needs to get high on the pink at some stage now to play the cannon.
22.
Okay, he's not got the angle on the blue to do it, and I can only see the easy way is playing for the red and then getting on the pink in the middle to move the reds into play. Well, he's certainly been a bit reluctant to play on the pink when he did there. So he's not bound to get enough from this visit.
Well, I definitely would be screwing back for the blue here.
27.
If he gets the right side of the blue, it's much easier to cannon those reds. Well, he is playing for the pink. You can see the way he's cueing there.
28.
And he's got the angle on the pink to develop at least a couple of the reds.
Left himself a long way away, hasn't he? I mean, if he's a little bit close to this would have been a 10 out of 10, but the pace he's going to have to play it makes his pot a little bit more tricky. Not a certainty. And not a certainty to get onto a red either.
Well, how confident
34.
was that to play it at that pace? He's brought all the reds into play. So that black that Mark missed off the spot proving to be very costly.
$35.
He was just concentrating on the white. There's no way he thought he would miss the black.
He's going to need all the 4 reds, and with the pink being an open play now after that wonderful shot in the middle, you'd expect him to take the frame now at this visit. Just needs the 4 reds with any sort of colour whatsoever.
42. $48.
Even in a best of 17, you can always pick a shot out that is a big turning point, and I think that last black that we showed you that Mark missed could be that turning point in this match. A long way to go.
49.
He hasn't come far enough back. He's going to have to take the pink up into the corner now. Not a bad thing to, well, I was going to say hold the spot, but that's no good because all the other spots are occupied, so he's got to be a little bit careful here.
I hope he's realised that, Dennis, otherwise he'll be snookered, won't he? He's snookered. That's a terrible. If he's held the spot, he's snookered.
Maybe the black spot's available. No, he hasn't held the spot. He's played it perfectly. He was well aware of that.
55. 56.
He's what we call a brisk player. Ali, the way he walks around the table.
I think the key thing with Ali, Dennis, over the last 2 years when he's improved and now in the top 8 in the world is the fact that he believes in himself. I didn't think he did that before.
getting to the final of the World Championship
62.
and making a maximum break at the Crucible really did boost his confidence, and he's right up there with the best now.
$63.
Well, played on just pinks and blues. This has been an excellent break. And the pink he played in the middle to split the 5 remaining reds was absolute class.
69. $71.
That was the pink you mentioned, Willie, but look at the pace he played it at to split the reds.
$74. $78.
Both players have already made a very, very high century in this game. Mark Williams has already made a break of 91. This will be 93 should he clear.
83.
He won't bother about the pink.
83
What
and
a
frame.
start for Ali
Ali
Carter.
Carter.
Mark Williams looked like he was going to take the frame, missed a black off the spot, and he had to sit in his seat and watch Ali Carter make that magnificent 83 break. He's only one behind. It's 5-4.
That was interesting, but obviously we'll concentrate on this match this evening, of a match of fabulous high quality. Ali Carter has just given Mark Williams the warning that he's going to battle to the end, and Mark Williams has played a poor safety shot there. He played a shot to nothing, missed it by a long way, and this red is obviously cuttable. Won't have a lot of idea where the cue ball's going, may have to go in and out of balk. He's got to avoid the kiss on the brown, blue and red in playing that shot. Oh, he's got to hit the ball first. That's a let-off.
Now the natural angle when potting this red would be to go into the bunch.
One.
And Mark Williams knew that, but he played it with sufficient pace to make it spring out of the reds. Got a heavy contact there. In fact,
6.
it's left him with a difficult pot. Didn't have it clean, but it sounded a bit heavy. Tricky little one, this in the middle. Brown
7.
was always available if he didn't get on the black.
Yes, it's just that little bit nearer the cushion you would like to guarantee, because when you play this with topspin, it's near enough the cushion to slow the white down a little bit. Yeah, he's done all right there. He's done well to get it that far out of baulk. That's an excellent shot. The closer they are to the cushion, the more difficult it is to get them with topspin, but he played that perfectly, and the black's obviously available, so as in the first frame, he's got a very good chance to score heavily. He broke down on 31 in the first frame. He needs more this.
$90. $20.
Well, there's a slip up. He wasn't making any mistakes this afternoon either way. He was just showing us with his arm there after the shot. He was trying to more or less tell us that he didn't cue it smoothly. It was like a little jerky shot. Yeah, just watch this here. See that? That's telling you that I didn't push the cue through as I intended.
There's no real need, Dennis, was there, to screw back for the black in the opposite pocket? He could have just stunned the red in and still got onto those two reds. So he gave himself a little bit to do with the cue ball anyway.
Might just be a little bit of tension. It's bound to creep into that. This is a big match for Mark Williams. He's got himself back playing the way he did a couple of seasons ago. So. And he knows he's up against a little tiger in Ali Carter. He knows he's got to play well to win this match, because Ali Carter won't ease up. They're touching both reds this time.
Yes, when you consider Ali Carter had the best part of a season and a half where he really suffered with illness as well. And you know, it's so nice to see him fit and well and playing at this level. Maybe he'd have got there sooner bar for his illness.
Yeah, that illness you mentioned, Willie, was back in 2003. It was Crohn's disease. Affects the stomach.
Yes, I remember it affected him so much so that a lot of the days he couldn't practice sometimes, Dennis. And as has already been mentioned this week, Mark Williams is playing 10 and 12 hours a day for the last couple of weeks to try and find the form back, which he has found again, thankfully, for Mark Williams supporters. He's a wonderful player to watch. He's one of my favourite players. I do like. What I like more than anything about Mark Williams, Dennis, he's one of the best players in the world I've ever seen to spot a shot to nothing that sometimes doesn't look a shot to nothing. You know, when he'll play it and you think, oh, that was dangerous. Then you'll see where the white finishes and he's left nothing on. He reads the game so well.
When you said there he's one of your favourites, I thought you were going to do a Bruce Forsyth and say, you're my favourite, Mark. I hope Bruce is watching. He does like his snooker. So. What a legend, Bruce Forsyth.
Hopefully going to be Sir Bruce Forsyth in the New Year's Honours list. That would be nice. I think he's thoroughly deserved if he is. We've got a captain and a Sir, Captain Ali Carter and possibly Sir Bruce Forsyth. It's amazing, Dennis, isn't it, that he took the chance to, just in case he didn't make it at snooker, to go through the rigorous training to be an airline captain. And has he passed all his exams now as well?
Wouldn't like to ask me one on sport, Willie, would you? He's certainly had plenty of lessons, and it's something he could fall back on. But the way he's been playing snooker, could be quite a few years off.
Ali, if he plays a safety shot off the bunch this time, will bring the black into play. And with the pink being out of commission, that's not such a bad thing. He's 20 points behind, so he'd rather have all balls in play. So it's worth the risk, this one. He could even push it back on the cushion next to the pink, though. That'll be the only slight problem. It only didn't really come out, did it? He moved it, but only a fraction. Moving this red here as well, it makes the path now for the black of Ella into the left-hand corner. Been some good safety played the last 2 or 3 shots, and that's an excellent shot. The red on the right-hand cushion is causing Mark a problem with the safety off the one nearest the pink spot. If he does play that one, he's going to have to avoid that cannon on that red on the right-hand side, which is going to be tough to do. That's why he's looking at an alternative safety.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a scrappy frame. Yellow and green now off their spots. Pink tight on this back cushion. That bounced off this top cushion there. You can tell by the reaction. And to be fair, there hasn't been too many bad bounces, but let's have a look at this. It just come off very fast. Look at the white. This is a medium length pot for Mark Williams. It's the type of pot he's been knocking in. Let's see if he can successfully negotiate this one.
One.
He thought that come off quite quick as well, but he's still got a good angle on the blue. He could cannon the 3 reds there near the black. That shot was the right shot, but he needed a bit more pace with it.
6.
And he would have freed the black also. Surprised he didn't hit it a little bit harder. This is a tricky one up into the corner. He will finish on the blue again if it goes in. No.
Mark Williams 6.
Well, he doesn't look confident this evening, does he? He's playing a little bit, not lackadaisical would be obviously the wrong word, but he just doesn't seem, you know, like he was this afternoon.
1.
With both black and pink being out of play, I know he can get on lots of reds, but if he's got the angle on the brown to play the cannon into the 2 reds next to the black, I would be tempted to play that because he needs the black in play. Pink's not really in play at the moment. Decided to play for a loose one, but he's got a lot of work to do now. He'd ideally like to get top side of the blue, but The angle he has on that red down the cushion, he can't do that.
5.
Yeah, I was surprised the shot he played on the brown, to be honest, because where the black and pink are, it was a good chance from the brown to try and make something happen. So Mark will be, even though he's got a wry smile on his face, he'll be delighted to have got back to the table so quickly.
He turned and said something to the audience there in the first couple of rows. It was just a little comment he made and they smiled. I remember Cliff Thorburn used to do that. If he started struggling a little bit and was missing, he used to offer someone in the front row his cue to let them have a go.
That was a dangerous safety shot he tried to play there. That was dangerous. It's all right playing thick when they're in a bunch of reds, but when they're in open play reds, you can easily nudge one over the pocket, and that's what he's done there. He can get round the back of the pink for the pink in the same pocket if he wants to do that. Hit it beautifully. He plays those pots at distance, Dennis, as good as anybody, isn't he?
Well, that was an easy one compared to the ones he was knocking in this afternoon. Some unbelievable pots, but he hasn't played a good shot there. He's out of position because when the pink goes back on its spot, just have a look. It's blocking the path, I think, for that red to the middle. He's having a long, hard look at it. But if that doesn't go, it's end of break. Must be very tight. Well, it looks as if it would go.
Oh, you can certainly see the near jaw, Dennis. I'd be tempted to have a go at that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, there seems to be enough room. He must be frightened of knocking it onto the right knuckle of the pocket, but he's now looking from the other side. He doesn't fancy it though, does he?
It just shows you how the camera must lie sometimes, because that looks like it flies in, doesn't it?
I don't think the camera is lying. I think it's maybe Mark's sight there. That was a difficult one he took on. If he pots this, the natural angle will take him over towards the pink and red. A little smile there. Has he covered everything? I think they're all covering each other into the corner. In fact, there's no easy safety shot, just first glancing at them. Can't get past the pink to sneak off the one to get up to the safety zone. What has he spotted here? Can he see enough of the one to sneak it in? Well, he could see enough of it.
Now if you can get through to the blue, it'll definitely be the ball to play. If not, the yellow's second choice. Yes, you can see there he's got enough room, so he needs to get right back at this end. The red to the, just below the pink is the one he wants to play on, and that's the one he's got on. That's an excellent shot. That's more like it.
6. Seven. 13.
Somehow he's going to have to get 3 more reds. This is the certainty, but the others are all in the way of one another, so there's a little bit of work to do here.
14.
Well, there's a lot of work to do now that he's finished with that angle on the pink. He can play for the red, maybe that's near the cushion. That's where he's pointing his cues, so he can come back across the table. They're funny little shots now. He wanted to be straighter on this. So easy to put this type of shot on the left side of the pocket as we look at it.
I think he played for the one you suggested, Dennis, and miss-hit it, didn't he? I think he played for the one nearest the pocket, but oh, this is very smelly. You wouldn't want to play these very often. That was such a tough pot to play, but he's played a shot to nothing. He played to cover as well. So 48-point lead with 67 on doesn't appear to be enough, but where the balls are, you'd think he'd be a strong favourite to go 2 in front again.
Might just be okay. Another few inches and he would have left the pot on, but everything's covered.
He'd like to leave that red and black together, Dennis, wouldn't he? But that's the only red he can play off, isn't it? I can't see another safety shot.
Yeah, if he plays off that red, he's going to have to get a good cue ball. Could do with getting up somewhere near the ball cushion. He's a bit reluctant to just play the safety shot and develop the reds.
With him being 48 in front, Dan, would you not just rest on the one that's near the pocket off one cushion?
He could do that. It's just a containing safety, which he might do.
To keep the black safe for a moment?
Yeah, he didn't want to risk it, did he? He's handed the slight advantage to Ali Carter here. If he can get the next shot correct, he can put Mark in a spot of bother. Little thin one and try and get in behind the brown or on the cushion and use the brown as the snookering ball.
If the one next to the black pots, he could play a shot to nothing here.
He shouldn't have been able to have a look at this one. It was a poor shot from Ali. Oh, well, that's moved a few balls, but he hasn't knocked them safe. This is a chance.
And he can play this one as a shot to nothing as well. He can go around the back of the 2 reds and be up for yellow or green or even the blue in the middle pocket. So he can really play this confidently as a shot to nothing with 3 balls being in play. There was not a lot of pressure on that shot because he was bound to be on a colour.
1.
And albeit he was some 48 points behind when he came to the table, if he gets on a red here, see, there was no pressure on that shot because he was bound to be on either yellow, green, brown or blue. He's finished a little bit betwixt and between on all of them, but if he gets on a red here, he could pinch this frame.
Oh, how unlucky is that?
6.
Whoops. Chalk up in the air and gives the table a couple of raps, but he was unlucky there.
Got to be careful, haven't you? Michael Holt did that and broke his knuckles, didn't he? He did bang the table, didn't he?
I think there's a few of the boys who have perfected that. Ronnie seems to be able to hit it as hard as he wants and doesn't do any damage. And there we go.
6.
Oh, Mark Williams will be absolutely delighted to get back to the table so soon.
Ali Carter,
Very, very
6.
unlucky. Ali Carter there, very unlucky.
Yeah, he knew he was going to get a cannon on one of the colours, but he didn't expect to slide in behind that red.
Well, with these reds and colours being in open play, the safety shot from Williams, he's okay, he's got a lovely 42-point lead, but he could really do with the red safe. It's a bit hard, that one, but the yellow come to his rescue.
Well, he made a complete mess of that. I don't know whether there was a bit of distraction. There was a round of applause from the other table just as he was about to cue, but that's the sort of thing the players get used to.
1.
Do with one more red after this black. There's still a possible 51 left on the table.
8.
There's the difference. So just one red to secure this frame and regain a 2-frame advantage. It's not a formality.
Never seen him quite take so long, so you realise how important this pot is. I'm afraid that was a twitch. He came across that.
Mark Williams, 8.
Didn't get through the ball there at all. That was an anxious shot. Head was up, arm twisted. Wow, if ever he needed a 51 clearance, Ali, it's now, but can he hit it slow enough for the black? The red in the middle is the guaranteed one for the black.
Yeah, I think the one in the middle is taking on the wrong side of the black, isn't it? The black only available into one pocket. This is a delicate little shot. The only way I can see him holding this is if he cannons the other red. If it's that thin, he'd have to just use the other red as a stopper. That's what he'd have to do. If he can't hold it, it'd have to be judged to perfection. Now he's held it with the side, so it wasn't quite as thin as we
1.
thought it was.
Oh, this would be a body blow, wouldn't it, if he cleared from here? This would hurt. But he has to do it with blacks. This is the key shot. He needs to get an angle on. He'll probably play for both reds here. Red in the middle or red in the corner. Not quite as high as he wanted, so if he's going to get on the black, which he'll have to, he's going to have to play this with a little bit of side.
8.
Unless he just risks leaving the half ball black.
Nine.
That was a terrific shot.
16.
And the yellow's not too badly placed because of the situation of the green.
$17.
I don't think he's got the angle on the black. He was hoping to leave an angle and get the white up. I've just put the other white between the yellow and green. That's where he needed to finish, but I don't think he can do that. He's tried his best to do it, but it wasn't a good enough angle on the black
24.
to achieve that.
Ali Carter, 24.
Ali will be very careful here not to put the black safe. I think Mark's acknowledging a little bit of fortune there. He's I don't know whether he meant to hit it thicker than that or not, but he's got a good white.
It didn't look as if he could hit the yellow. I thought he was trying to play it off the back cushion. It's amazing, that.
If he plays this shot, he doesn't want to knock the black safe. That yellow's just got too much speed. Now he only needs one ball, and this is a shot to nothing. The jaws of the middle pocket are a problem, so he's just got to play the pot. Don't worry about the white. If you snooker yourself, you snooker yourself. Get the yellow in.
It's been a little bit of a messy frame, but it's quite an exciting one. We've had a bit of everything in this match. We had total clearances from both players, some very quick frames, a couple of them under 10 minutes, a couple of tactical frames. That's pretty good there.
Now this is a pot that he can't play as a shot to nothing, so he may refuse the pot here. He may just play the yellow up and down, and I think the pot's too risky with the cue ball being near the cushion. He only needs the one ball, but that was a tough one to take, so it's a good safety.
what was that? Where's the yellow going to finish? He's got away with it. They just exchanged comments there. Played in pretty good spirits this quarter-final.
Well, that's excellent, because I don't know how Ali can miss the kiss if he plays it up and down. So he doesn't want to knock the black safe, does he? So if he plays a thin safety shot, hits it bad, it could go right over the middle. So he's got to be very careful here. Yeah, that was a poor shot. That's cost him the frame.
Two.
Well, that's definitely frame over now for Mark Williams, and I'm sure it'll be a very, very relaxed Mark Williams, because he's just got a horrible bounce off the cushion there. He could have lost both frames this evening, but he's won the second of the two.
9 in the frame.
Ali Carter stays in his chair,
Mark
so
Williams.
no breaks of any significance in that frame, but importantly for Mark Williams fans, he's got back to leading by 2 frames at 6-4.
Ali Carter breaks off, and a few times he's left this tempter for Mark Williams. Hit it almost half ball in the end.
Under normal circumstances, you fancied knocking this in, but the way Mark started this evening, you know, you don't fancy him at the minute. He'd done well to win that last frame. He's definitely not settled at the moment.
That last shot, he never looked like missing that type of shot in the first session. He must have knocked in 5 or 6 fantastic long pots.
Ali playing the screw back here, hoping to come onto the black into the same pocket. Overscrewed it. Always got side on. Goodness me, that's a result. He didn't play it like that, but that's perfect. He played the pot with what we call helping side, which was in that case left-hand side, and of course when it's hit the cushion, it's spun around the 2 cushions. Just keep an eye on the white here. It wasn't going to be anywhere apart for the side. It's turned out to be perfect. This is a frame-winning opportunity.
Eight.
Not adverse to a little 147, is he, this young man? I haven't seen one at the Crucible.
Nine.
Yes, if it wasn't for the situation of the match, the fact that he was 6-4 behind,
16.
he may have risked playing for the black, but you know, it's a tough situation here. The
17.
balls are nice, but is it worth risking going for a 147 when you've got to get back into the match?
Yeah, you just see how it goes for the first 4 or 5 blacks, and then wear the
24.
situation up. Your first concern is the frame.
25.
Watch him screw this back and leave himself a choice of reds. There'll be no attempt at the black here.
32.
A little bit further across the table he could have done, but he'll just concentrate on scoring enough to give him the frame.
33.
Yes, and the 2 reds just above the pink spot here. Doesn't have to do too much here to screw the white into open play and be on the choice of reds. He can play for 3 reds here with this shot. So once again, that's a situation that, as we all talk about on commentary, if you overscrew it, you're on the left-hand one. If you underscrew, you're on the
39.
right. If you hit it perfect, you're on the one in the middle. So 3 reds he played for there. As we say many times, give yourself options.
40. $45. 46. 52.
It looks like we're going to have one of those very quick frames again. Last frame lasted just over 35 minutes.
$53.
Six reds though are all covering each other. So he's going to need
58.
to develop a couple of them.
59.
This is the key shot to clinching the frame at this visit. That's a tricky one into the middle
66.
pocket, and if he's not on this one to the right corner, he may not clinch the frame. He's not on that by the looks of things. He would have to play it with a little bit of side to make the angle. And does he feel he can get enough right-hand side just to straighten the red up?
Well, he is playing it with a lot of side, but from that position it's going to need a lot of side to straighten it up. You saw the marks on the red there.
67.
That must have been off a previous kick. There was a real white spot on that red as it was travelling towards the pocket. But this is to assure the frame, and he's played these very, very nicely. He can only tie at the moment, Mark Williams. Big shot, this one.
$74.
Well, Mark Williams coming to the table,
Arigato, 74.
but barring snookers, that 74 break should be enough to get him back to just one behind. 2 4-point snookers required at this stage. Is he going to play a little trick shot? Screw off the red and pot the one over the pocket. Tried it. But if Mark Williams can get 4 reds and 4 blacks, look where the red is next to the pink. Easy to get a snooker with that. Sitting there. Oh!
One frame conceded, frame Ali Carter.
Done in a jovial way, just over hit that, and well, he sent the red flying across the table. So it is Ali Carter with that break of 74 that does get himself just 1 frame behind. 6-5 to Mark Williams.
Mark Williams breaking off in frame 12, and he'd really want to win this one to go into the first interval. Still with a 2-frame lead, but at this moment in time, Ali Carter appears to be the aggressor.
One.
Long way to travel here with the cue ball. Just a little bit too much pace there.
4.
But once again, if he pots this, he'll be opening reds up. But can he get through onto the black?
Yes, it's one of those where he really has to force the cue ball through. It's a tough one to play this. The pot's probably 80-20 in his favour, but I don't think it's that kind of odds to get on the black. That's why he's just playing a little safety.
Mark Williams 4. Touching ball.
It's not quite happening for Mark Williams this evening. This afternoon he never looked like missing.
One.
Well, Ali Carter knows that he's got Mark missing a few at the moment, and with the balls like this, he'd be expecting to score heavily enough to possibly take the frame at this visit. And if he goes into the interval winning the session 3-1 to level at 6-6, he'll feel that he's favourite to win the match. The
8.
way that Mark's playing, I'd have to agree with him. Mark needs to improve rapidly.
9.
Yeah, he could quite easily have won a couple of frames early on and could have had himself 7-3 in front, but he never seemed to recover from missing that black off the spot
16.
earlier on this evening.
17. Twenty-four. 25.
Oh, that was a bit careless. That was careless. Played through the gap without the kiss. The fact that he's got the kiss took the
32.
desired position out of the way, so he's got to find something here. I don't know whether he can see the red in the middle on the left, but he can certainly see the one on the right, but he's hampered queuing. Well, the way he's queuing up now tells us he can see this one. He'll be playing for the green. Can't hit it slow enough to play for the blue. So he's a bit
33.
fortunate there. He played that last shot very carelessly.
$36. 37. 44. 45.
Well, I think Mark Williams will be heading to the practice room just to get a bit of queuing
52.
practice. He hasn't queued as smoothly this evening as he did this afternoon.
53.
49 the difference. Black to come. As long as the next
60.
cannon works out, when he pots this red, he will take the frame. And there you go.
61.
Doesn't always work out as you intend. There's still a possible 67 left with the 5 reds there. So he needs one more red after this black.
Well, didn't he play that confident, considering he needed another red? That was an excellent pot.
68.
This is frame ball. Biggest shot of the match so far for Ali Carter. And he knows it. If he'd have rolled it in, he wouldn't have missed it. He tried to play it as a
Carter,
shot to nothing,
68.
made the pot harder. So similar scenario to a little while ago. Mark Williams did his best to give his opponent a chance from well in front. Fraction slow, it was in.
Well, what a cracker that was. That's the type of shot he was knocking in this afternoon. Now, what another big turning point this could be. That is an amazing
8.
pot and position.
Well, for me, Dennis, under the circumstances, that's the best shot in the tournament so far.
Well, it will be if he goes on to pinch the frame, won't it, Willie? Ali can't believe it.
Well, if Mark Williams is playing anything like he was this afternoon, you'd fancy him to clear up. But I'm still not sure yet he's settled. But he's got to know that this is really going to hurt Ali Carter if you can pinch this frame. Oh, goodness me. I can feel he's not right, Dennis.
But that shows you the pace there. Similar to the red that Ali played, but Ali hit it too hard. That time the pocket accepted the pink.
$50. $16.
It appears that the red next to the pink only pots in the middle, and he hasn't got an angle, I don't think, to get on it here, so he's going to have to play for the loose one. This is the key shot, the position he gets on the next colour to get onto that red that's only available, I think, in the right-hand middle.
23. $24. $31.
Wow.
Williams, 31.
That will hurt because he'd just gone favourite to open up a 2-frame advantage there, and he's missed that. Pink was in the way slightly, but it was still a comfortable pot for him.
Yes, and he's ready to walk out. He has done that. He's conceded, which is entitled to do now. He needs snookers and a frame he should have won. Ali Carter will be delighted to have won 3 of the first 4 frames to level at the interval, 6-all. What a match we're going to have after the interval.
Well, that's a pretty good break-off shot from Ali Carter, and he must be very pleased with his performance so far this evening. Won 3 of the opening 4 frames to draw level. And Mark Williams, well, he had chances to win at least 3 of those frames, so he's got to compose himself and try and reproduce the form that he showed in the opening session of this match.
This safety is a little bit dangerous. If he's going to rest on the pack, he may leave a quarter-ball pot on. Yeah, he's going to leave that pot, and I think he's took an educated chance there, because he felt that even if he pots it, he'll do well to get onto a colour. So that's not a bad escape. Go a little carefully. He's obviously playing thin and going round the back of the two reds. The path of the cue ball will be heading towards the brown, so if he kisses the brown he may leave a shot to nothing on. So for me this shot is all about missing the kiss on the brown. Well, he swung it round to make sure that would happen, but he swung it round so far the worst things happen is kiss the blue instead, and this red is on.
Well, it's not straightforward, is it? The black's not available into the left corner. He's knocked the blue off its spot. So Mark has to get the white up past the blue spot area.
One.
And the way this evening session's been going, it's going to be a safety shot, you would feel. Doesn't want to be risking a long yellow or brown.
Mark Williams, 1.
With the green being off its spot, this safety area is not good down the right hand side, and he's going to have to hit it very thin if he's going to keep it down the left hand side of the table. So there's nothing to hide behind over that side. So Mark now should get the upper hand in this safety exchange. Well, if that white had been on the cushion, that would have been a great safety. Ali may take this on and just screw back into the balk area. He's blessed with a wonderful cue action, Ali Carter, and creates a lot of cue ball movement, so the screw back for most players would be tough from here. Not for this young man. I'm not saying he'll pot the ball, but he should get a good white, and he had a kick and still got the cue ball back to the balk cushion, and it kicked. That's how powerful he is.
He had a shot like this in the early part of this match. It was even tougher than this, and he got done. He just rolled it in and got on the black and won the frame. It's very, very risky, because if it doesn't go in, he's going to stick Ali Carter up. Yep, played the safety shot. Quite rightly too.
It's not the best safety shot. It's a wonderful target, isn't it, behind yellow, green and blue now. Can he get there? Not this time. That's a poor one.
Going to catch the yellow, isn't it? There's a red that is near the pink spot. Mark Williams can try and pot that and get the white back down towards those three colours that are close together. Turning out to be one of those messy frames. It's amazing we've had the situation where a player wins a frame with one visit or the ball's run awkward. Needs to knock a long one in to get himself going again. Just a wee bit unlucky that he didn't drop nicely on the blue, but what a good long pot.
Mark Williams, 1.
I might leave a pot this way. There's one that'll be available into the middle pocket. Well, in fact, there's a couple available into the left corner now. That was a poor shot from Ali Carter. He could have done with thinking about that just a little bit longer. He got down quite quickly and just
1.
could have done with giving it just a little bit more thought.
Seven. 8.
You can see he's not crouching down as much as he would do normally for this shot because he would be touching the reds. He needs it to pass the pink, and I don't think it has. So the red is going to have to play. He can screw in between all those reds and get back to the balk area. He's really got to dig into it though. This could go wrong. Really got to get into this cue ball. Well, so much so he doesn't like he's going to play it. This still cuts, but once again needs to miss the reds on the cushion. Just not happening at the moment for Mark. Everything looks hard work at the
Mark
minute.
Williams, 10.
Very clever. You don't often see the player play that type of escape. That's played with bottom and a double kiss. I like that shot. Okay, he's left a half chance, as you can see. But he knows if he commits to it, he's going to leave one of the reds on. And it's amazing how he's changed his game, Willie. This afternoon he would just take that on. He was cueing so well. Now he's back to doing a bit of grinding the way he's done throughout this year's UK Championship, and it's been very successful for him, but I think under the circumstances, good choice there.
This is a tempter. He can play it as a shot to nothing as well if he wants to, just play the stun run through. 2 cushions back into the ball carrier, but it's one of those, if you miss the red, it can come back up the top of the table with a cue ball. You see, it's always going to happen that if you miss the pot. Needs a bit of luck, and I don't think he's got any. Always dangerous, that shot.
One.
What do you think, Willie? Can he clear up from here?
Well, he'll be delighted to make 30, Dennis, wouldn't he?
Oh, that's not a bad little nudge there.
4.
But believe it or not, in a few shots' time, the black's not tied up. It's available into one corner pocket.
5.
Concentrate on the pink for at least another shot, but
11.
oh, he's overscrewed that. He lost his touch a little bit. He might now. Well played. Good recovery there. But he can play for the black now and then try and develop the 3 reds
18.
next to the black. Well, that's what he was thinking about doing. He's just coming around to have a look at the angle to leave on the black. There's another red available into the same pocket that he's playing this.
That surprises me, Dennis, because he's going to have the black on its own spot, and then he's got to be very careful he doesn't finish straight or the wrong angle on this next black he's going to play after the red. Okay, he can get nicely on the red, but it can go wrong now. It couldn't go wrong if it had took your choice.
26.
Depends on the angle here. He might be able to develop the red, yeah, and still get on the black, but it... Terrific.
27.
Terrific. Well, I made a little joke earlier that he should clear up from here. He might just.
34.
Well, in fairness, the way he's played so far this evening, this little break has been top draw.
35.
He's worked very, very hard, and that little break, I think, Dennis, is the 15-minute intervals come just at the right time for Mark. I think if the matches had carried on, he may have got beaten, but he looks a different player. His facial expression looks a little bit more confident.
Well, that's gone wrong for him. Might be a possible pot, but I don't know if he can see enough of the one to the left of the 2 there. Yeah, maybe. fact that he's hesitated now. He's gone back to doing a little bit of what we would call mini grinding in this match. This afternoon he was just going for everything because he was putting so well, but he has played quite tactically throughout this UK Championship and has been successful. But he does fancy this one. No. Changed his mind about 3 or 4 times, will he?
I can only assume that he can't pot it plain ball, and if he plays the pot, he's going to have to put a little bit of left-hand side on to turn the red over, and he's decided that's far too risky. The fact that the blue's off its spot makes his safety shot quite easy. Go over the blue spot and try and get in behind the yellow, brown and blue. Not the best. So that's a chance that could have proved to be a frame winner. There's still 67 on with only 54 points behind for Ali Carter. So the frame is still live. The only reason that Mark went for that the way he did, because 2 of the reds are out of commission, and he knows that Ali would find it tough to clear at one visit, so he probably thought that was a little bit of value taking it on. Ali's going to pot this and try and screw back for pink or black.
One.
Taps the table there. He knows that he's won this frame.
3.
It was such an important frame for Mark Williams to re-establish his advantage in this match.
4.
Lost the last 2 frames, but as happens so many times, the mid-session interval changing things around. But he's not, doesn't, it's as if he's not happy with his cue action there, the way he followed that up there.
Twelve.
Yeah, he won't be bothered about missing that, but still he's working on that cue action. Ali Carter stays in his chair, and Mark Williams goes back into the lead. 7-6 to the Welshman.
Well, with a high break of only 42 this evening so far, Mark Williams has won 2 of the 5 frames that have been played. Not the best break off. I think he can pot this and go around the back of the black. The key thing was to establish a frame lead again, which he did at that last visit. Oh, he's been fortunate there, Ali. Very fortunate not to left anything on.
That was a clever little miscue he played there, so that he didn't push it. The first player I ever seen do that was Ian McCulloch from Preston. I used to practice with him, and If he was close to the ball, he used to deliberately play a miscue so as he didn't push it. See, look where he's cueing at the cue ball. Very clever, that. When you start playing the game, Willie, that's you play them shots all the time, don't you?
Yes, it's tough to get your cue action fine, so anybody first starting out will miscue on an awful lot of occasions. That was one of the few occasions where you miscue on purpose.
One. Mark Williams, 1. One.
That's a terrific pot. Relying on a little bit of good fortune, but he deserved to be on something after cutting that red in. This may tie the black up somewhat.
8. Nine.
Well, the red next to the black might pot. He's got a couple more reds to play on, but if that was available, it would make such a difference. He's coming round to have a look at it. It's a bit tight. You can see the black doesn't go, so not straightforward yet. He's going to have to play up for the blue here.
Now it's decision time. If he feels the red above the black is not on, he'll play into the pink here to bring the pink into play. Well, he feels it is on, but he's not got on it again there. That's no good. he's got one more loose red, and then he
18.
runs out of options.
That's where he was trying to get the cue ball, and then he could have taken the red next to the black.
19.
Well, he's played that well again, so will he risk it this time? He's got one last chance to get on that red, but this is such a good angle to go into the pink. And looking at the reds that are set just below the pink, that may actually flick the black out of play as well. There's that 3-ball plant that's facing towards the black, so he might risk this. Oh, not at that speed. Needs a bit of good fortune here, so he got it.
24.
Yeah, he's still in pretty good shape here. And he's freed another red, as you can see. Now where's the cue ball? It's close to the middle.
25.
Now the wrong side of the blue. Bit of a shot to nothing now. We know that one red at the end of the little bunch to the left, pots, heading back up towards the bulk colours. Oh, that was so
Mark
close.
Williams, 30.
It stayed there, and I don't think he's hampered completely. He can cue at this one, but he's got to get up for the blue. Not easy now. There's only one red that he can drop on. And the one next to the black, is he going to risk the blue to get onto that?
There's certainly value in it, isn't there? He's 30 points behind. If it does go right and he can free the black, he's well back in the frame.
Yeah, he'd have to play a little stun shot and come off the side cushion and over somewhere near the line to give himself a chance of that red. So he'd have to be very, very precise with the white here. Not quite far enough across.
6.
Might still be able to pot it, but he's going to cannon the black, and you're never sure where they're going to finish. Might play with a lot of screw. Now he's going to just try a little nudge on it.
Ali Carter, 6.
Not happy.
1.
He's just okay.
6. Seven.
I think you did the other game. Did you do the Graham Dot game with Mark? It seems to be going a little bit that way, this match at the moment. Mark coming back into it again strongly.
I didn't do it, but I did watch it, and I think the key thing with Mark, he's one of the very, very few players in the world who knows how to win when not playing his best. This afternoon, as you rightly said, Dennis, he was cueing beautifully and knocking them all in off the lampshade. All of a sudden tonight, he's realised he's not quite doing it, and he's got what we call a B game, and there's only about 5 or 6 players in the world at the moment that have a B game. This young man's one of them.
Is it a plant? That's the only thing that can come to his rescue here.
9.
It must be close. And he'll open the other reds up. Yeah, it's in line. As long as he hits the first red half ball, doesn't want to hit it full ball or he could squeeze it away from the pocket. It's amazing, Willie. How many times do you play a plant and you tend to forget about the cue ball?
Well, he's played for the blue there. Look at the reaction he had on the cue ball, and his facial expression suggested that he wasn't expecting that. The green's tricky, but there's plenty of red safe, so there's a bit of value in taking it on. Got a little bit of fluff in his eye or something there. He's just making sure he knows what a key shot this is. 35 in front, 38 the green, 39. So he's going to need another 2 loose reds, but this is a bit of value in taking it on. That's a good shot. Bit unfortunate, to be honest, because now he's can't hit the cue ball where he wants,
13.
so he's not guaranteed to get perfect on the next colour.
$14.
Yeah, you can see he's not perfect. Can go around the back of the brown and yellow if he wants to play that, and he needs the cue ball somewhere where it is now. That's where he'd like to get it back to. Decided to concentrate just on the 6 points. Strong favourite in this frame, but 59 points still left.
20.
He may take this on because he'd be on the blue, and that would be enough, you would feel. But tough shot, this.
Mark Williams, 20.
In fact, had he have rolled that in, he had a chance to roll the pink in, and then Ali Carter would have needed a snooker. He's got to be careful though, Mark Williams, because all the colours are fairly well placed.
Yes, it just shows you how well he's ground out this little few frames this evening with a high break of only 42. If he wins this frame, he's won 3 frames out of the 6 with a high break of 42, and at this level you wouldn't expect that to be a possibility. Another double kiss played there, Dennis.
I like that shot when you're in trouble. But yeah, Steve Davis was talking in the studio about Mark Williams, and if the frame's messy, he's very, very good at that. He's a master of the messy frame, Willie. Calculated risk there. The only ball he could leave was the one he had a go at, and it is on for the middle pocket.
One.
Choice of shot here, either bring the yellow into play or you play to pot the pink and then play a safety.
Yellow. Ali Carter, 1.
I'm just trying to work out whether he thinks this red pots along the cushion by the black. From here it doesn't look like it does, and from there I wouldn't be sure. It's a very easy safety shot in behind the yellow and brown, so I don't know why he's thinking of taking this on. You must feel it pots then. Doesn't look like it from there, does it?
It certainly didn't look like it, Willie, but he just managed to sneak it in.
Prime example of how to use the pocket there, Dennis, wasn't it? You know, it only went at that speed off the near jaw, and he couldn't play it any harder. And he played, look at this, he's had to hit the near jaw, and at the pace he played it, gave the pocket every chance, and well played.
Well, Mark Williams sits there, and he now knows that there is a distinct possibility that Ali Carter could pinch this for him. And what a crucial frame it is. Mark Williams looked odds on to open up a 2-frame advantage and only need 1 to get through to the semi-final, but he's got to sit and just hope that Ali can slip up.
Shows you how important that little shot was when he had the pink over the eye, which is where it is now, and he refused it, Dennis, and played the snooker in behind the yellow and brought the yellow into play. Now you could see him clearing. With the yellow on the cushion, you couldn't see him clearing.
$17.
That's where he'd like to get somewhere up near the white there. Well, it's not bad, but if he had been where I had the other white, he could have just potted the yellow and screwed out quite easily for the green. He's got a little bit to do now with the cue ball.
That's about the only place, Dennis, isn't it, tight on the cushion, that makes the yellow missable, and also the position tough. I think he's going to have to play it, maybe screw across the face of the green to play the green into the middle. This is a tough pot. Is it worth taking on? Well, that's a fantastic shot. Is it too hard there?
25.
How did he generate so much pace off that?
Well, this is the key shot now. He's got to bring the white back just 3 or 4 inches would be enough. But he's absolutely dead straight, so he's got to cue this perfectly. Look where he's striking the cue ball to just bring it back a touch. That's terrific.
28.
Well, Mark Williams knew that that wasn't a straightforward shot that Ali took on there.
He actually applauded the shot, Dennis. I don't know whether you could see him out the corner of your eye there when Ali played that pot. He actually tapped his knee to say what a great shot it was. But this may have gone too far. No, it's perfect. Well played.
What a steal this will be.
And especially with the frame score looking like going 8-6, Mark Williams is sitting there almost dumbfounded to think that he's lost this frame. Didn't do anything wrong, really. The opening red was superb. The clearance has been absolutely top draw.
43.
So for the second time in this match, Ali Carter's levelled the scores, and in what was the best clearance of the tournament so far, I think. He did really well there to clear, to pinch it on the final black to level again at 7-all.
Well, we started off the best of 17. We're now down to the best of 3. Who can get the 2 frames to get himself into the semi-final? Oh, he's got away with it.
Another bad safety shot there. This time he hasn't got away with it. I think Ali can pot this and either go through the gap of the 2 reds to get on the black. I don't know whether he can just run through to rest on it or not, I'm sure. But this is a chance. He's never led in this match.
Well, that was a misjudgment. Stamps his foot in the carpet. Didn't think he was going to cannon the red.
No, declare, please.
To be careful on these carpets. It was okay in the old days, Willie. The carpets were quite thick. If you stamped your cue, you never heard it. But these are quite thin carpets we have round the tables these days.
Yes, it was a strange choice. If he thought for 1 minute that it was going to kiss the red, there was such a big target to go through the gap of the 2 reds and still get on the black.
Yellow.
Just wonder whether that's going to be costly.
Alicante 1.
Well, this is going to have to be very thin. There's only a fraction sticking out below the pink. And he found it.
This could turn out to be one of those scrappy frames with the black over on the side cushion there.
Well, clearly this red pots, but that's an excellent safety from Ali Carter as far as the weight of cue ball is concerned. If he takes this on, he's going to have to hope that he knocks the pink on, because he'll be going into that little cluster. He might stick on the reds and snooker himself here if he's not careful. Yeah, done well to get the white out in open play, but unluckily for him, is not the pink safe as well. Actually, where the white's finished, this plant may be on, and he may be able to screw back and get on the black in the same pocket. This would be a result of results, but well, it must be close to being on this. Doesn't fancy it though.
Seven.
Might be able to get in behind this pink, you know. No, he couldn't get right in behind it, but tried to get it touching the pink and leave the snooker, but couldn't quite manage that.
An awful lot of check side played there in playing that shot back into baulk, but hasn't quite found the top cushion, so this is a tempter for Ali. You can see both reds that are to the right hand side, both of which will pot, but path to baulk is hampered. It's one of those, if you get the pot, you get the white in a position where you can get back into baulk. But if you miss the pot, it's tough. So he's decided against it, not playing it, just playing the safety. He's dying to play the pot though, isn't he? You can tell he wants to take the pot on. It's one of those, if it goes in, he'll find the path back to baulk. If he misses it, he might not. Just managed to get it, but the white's coming back into open play. So good safety from Mark, forced him to have a go. Can he reap the rewards of the good safety?
One. Six.
That's a little bit of tension creeping in to Mark Williams' cue action. Okay, the blue was awkward there, just distracting him somewhat.
One. Six.
the wry smile is because he got a bounce off the cushion, and that's the reason that cue ball was travelled about another 18 inches further than it should have done. So it's betwixt and between here is on choice of two reds, both of which are not natural to get under colour. Now this is the bounce, this next one, this is where it flew off the cushion. That should have stopped about there, and it's travelled another 12, 18 inches. So getting onto the next colour is not straightforward. Well, that's excellent. Excellent shot. Well controlled. Only the blue to work with at the moment, so anything above 30 break here will be good. So Mark Williams not out of this frame yet, but is he going to go behind for the first time at the most important time of the match?
12. $13.
Long way to go in this match, but if
18.
Ali Carter was to go on and win it, I'm sure he would put it down to that clearance in the previous frame to draw level at 7-all.
19.
It really was one of the best clearances in this year's UK Championship.
Didn't play the previous red very well, so he's going to have to leave this red at distance. And once again, it's going to be tough to get top side of the blue here. He's going to have to swing it around two cushions. It's easy to under hit or over it this shot.
24.
How's the cue ball? Oh, don't tell me he's dead straight. The smile tells you he is. So how's he going to get onto the next red?
Well, the only possibility is to do it from the green, and the only red he can get on from the green would be the one to the left of the two near the black spot. So he'd have to travel an awful long way to give himself a chance. Yeah, he'd have to get the white somewhere near the circle to give himself a chance to pot that into the left corner pocket. But there's an awful long way to travel with the cue ball. Quite easily settle for the 5 extra points and play a safety shot, but he's cueing so well. He wants to keep the break going. He's now looking at, well, he's looking at the brown, but it's very awkward.
The yellow will cut in, but it's how does he avoid the cannon on the green if he takes the yellow? May just make sure the 5 points done and play a good safety.
Yeah, it just wasn't feasible really, or it wasn't worth the risk.
30. Ali Carter, 30.
Not happy with that. Could have been better. Could have been closer to the cushion. Can Mark Williams snick this in?
One.
Yeah, it wasn't the best safety shot he ever played to leave that possible cut. And that's well played, as long as he doesn't finish absolutely tight on the cushion.
4.
Played for both reds there.
Five.
Just have to play for that one to the left of the black spot now. And now he's looking to try and get an angle on the blue to then cannon into the black and reds. Easier to do it from the right side of the table as we look at it. Slightly more difficult from this side. He may have to really power this in now to... Well, he's going to screw back by the looks of it. Might have a slight angle. Didn't look on that.
At first glance, it looked like he could run round 2 cushions into them, but he decided against it. Ali Carter, the last visit, played a poor safety. Mark's going to concentrate really hard on this safety. This could be a telling shot, this one. If he covers the loose red up,
Mark Williams, 15.
he goes strong favourite in this frame.
Yeah, whoever wins this frame, you'd have to make him favourite. So that all adds to the tension. Good pot. Can he hide the cue ball?
He's going to try and stop him hitting the back cushion somehow. Oh, is the yellow in the way to stop him hitting the back cushion? If it's not a great shot. Yeah, that's poor. That's the one cushion you've got to cover up because you're not getting any advantage. And now he can't play an attacking safety shot himself now.
Yeah, we might have a few shots like that till we resolve this. Shot that Ali played, he put himself in trouble. I was surprised he just got down and played it the way he did. Might have to come off the top cushion again and hope that he can hide that red in behind the black. Good chance he could get the snooker on it. Just too hard though.
Oh, that's a better safety shot. He hasn't put himself in trouble now. He's put Mark Williams in trouble. Good shot.
Much too thick this time. This will cut into the middle pocket.
One.
Well, hasn't dropped nicely on a colour, and even if he gets up to the red, it's going to be difficult. It's almost tight on this back cushion. Brown's the only possible chance to get up there. If he doesn't fancy it, he could put him in a good snooker here, because if he pots the brown and doesn't get on the red, he's got to play a safety shot anyway.
Do you not fancy the roll up, put the white tight on the blue, Dennis?
Well,
Maybe he could get 20 points off that snooker, couldn't he?
what he's trying to do is get on this last red in such a way as he can then attempt the snooker in behind the black. But
I think it's one of those, if the black was on its spot, I think there's value in playing to get on the red, because the red you could roll along the cushion, but wherever he gets on the red, he's not going to be able to pot it and get onto a colour, so I don't think there's any value taking a pot.
Five.
it's just got him the extra 4 points. It's not straightforward to get in behind that black now. Got to make sure he gets the red safe. He's played this fantastically well.
Ali Carter, 5.
That is a superb shot, and there's enough room for Mark to get around the back of that red, and he's going to have to come off the top cushion to do it. I mean, that's a possible escape, or even off one side cushion, but it's so easy to go around the back of it.
Fouls. Ali Carter, 4.
It will go back. That's the line he's looking for, isn't it? But he stuck the red up. That is very unlucky, but it was such a difficult snooker to get out of and get it safe.
Yes, that was the only kiss though, wasn't it? If it's it full ball, he knocks it onto the cushion. If it's it thin on either side, he wouldn't have left the pot on. He actually would hit half ball to leave the pot on, and that's exactly what happened. So for the first time in the match, Ali Carter, just at the right time, has a chance to go in front.
Four. 6.
He has been so solid in the last few frames. Clearance we've mentioned a few times. To pinch the frame and go level at 7-all was special. And
9.
the snooker in behind the black was very special, and that's paved the way to give him the frame just Brown needed.
Thirteen. Eighteen. 24 in the
Well, what a frame for Ali Carter to take. That's 2 in a row, and he now only needs one more frame to get himself in to the semi-final.
Mark Williams breaking off in frame 16 many times in his illustrious career. He's had to dig very deep. He really is going to have to dig deep now. And as Dennis mentioned on commentary, the key frame was frame 14, where he was in total control. And somehow Ali Carter managed to clear with 50 to pinch it to level at 7-7. That was an incredible frame.
Fantastic. Not only the pot, but the cannon on the red to stay on the black. That's what you'd call a little peach.
Eight. Nine. Sixteen. 17. $24. 25.
You can hear a pin drop now in the Telford Centre. There's no distraction coming from the other table. Play
32.
already finished. There you see it.
$33.
Oh, this is tricky. The red to the left of the pink, he can just play the cannon on that one rather than risk anything else. Or he can play a slow drag for a red in the middle. He's playing the slow drag for a red in the middle. Oh, is there one at the back of the bunch? Yes, there is. Didn't spot that one. That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
40.
This is considering his high break of the night has been 42.
41.
This is great.
And this will be his 6th black coming up. Not that he's thinking about a maximum at the moment. He needs his frame to stay in this year's UK Championship.
He played that very controlled, didn't he? Didn't risk making the
48.
pot difficult by playing it at pace. He just played it on the outside of the reds just to try and open them up nicely. That was excellent.
This is a terrific response from Mark Williams. He looked a little bit shaky in this evening session, but he's under the cosh now and he's producing at the moment to keep himself alive in this year's Maplin UK Championship. Key shot coming up. That's okay, and he can stay for the black if he wishes. So now he'll be thinking about
56.
the possibility of drawing level and the possibility of a maximum. Surely that couldn't happen.
57.
He's been reluctant on his last two angles on the black to go into them at pace in case he kind of put a fast one in and missed it, but you'd fancy him to play into them now with the screw shot because there's not quite as much pressure on that than there is going off one cushion. There must be another one there somewhere. At first glance I can't see it.
64.
Well, I, like you, thought he was going to go into them there, Willie. He probably was thinking, I'll make sure of the frame. But he's played a poor positional shot there. I don't know if there is a red available into the right corner. There might be. So, yeah, he can go on to clinch the frame, but it tells you, Willie, that he really wanted to have a go for the maximum,
65.
didn't he?
That was amazing, wasn't it? I just thought he wasn't on anything, but he was just annoyed that he couldn't get on the black. But goodness me, at this stage of the game, just win the frame.
Yeah, it's not that he hasn't made a maximum. He made one in the 2005 World Championship. Maybe he was just thinking, I can draw level and nick 15 grand. Ding Junhui at the moment is on £30,000 for the maximum break he made.
Well, this is top draw for Mark Williams. I mentioned earlier his highest break of the evening has been 42. He's 8-7 behind. What does he do? Makes his high break of the night to win the frame at one visit. One of my favourite sayings, every credit.
Well, not every credit for that positional shot, but the frame is safe.
No.
Well, a little bit
Mark
careless,
Williams,
but the break
79.
of 79 should be enough for Mark Williams to level 8-8. And 8-8 it is. Ali Carter nudges the green in submission. What a match we've got now. It's 8-all, all to play for.
Here in the final frame. The card of the break.
Ali Carter breaks off in the deciding frame. What a match this has been. Standard has been superb. Both players had total clearances. Well, the Welsh potting machine is back. He knocked so many long pots in the afternoon session. Key long pots, that was. You can see the long pots. He's way ahead of Ali Carter. Oh, what about this shot, Willie? Is he going to really go for it here and open the reds up and potting the pink in the middle?
Well, this is a chance, isn't it? And with the black being out of commission, he needs to clear the pink spot. So he's just cleared it a little bit, so it's still available into two pockets, and The only hope that Ali's got, that with the black being out of commission, and it looks like the pink's still out of commission apart from the middle pocket, it's key to get top side of the blue here. This is a must.
Well,
played it perfectly, but the pink's just slightly away from the reds. There is one red in between pink and black he could play for. He's just deciding, do I go full ball into the pink and try and open things up? If the pink was right on top of the reds, he'd play it. He still might. Decided to play for the one that I mentioned.
17.
He's got to get reverse side on this to get back for the blue. Watch the white when it hits the cushion.
18.
Doesn't look good to me.
Well, I'm amazed at his previous shot in the blue. He couldn't have picked it up by hand and got a better angle to go into them.
Blue. Mark Williams, 18.
Ali Carter will be delighted to have got back to the table so quickly. Good length of cue ball, and if Ali can't see anything down the left, you can see there, you can only see the extreme right hand one, and of course that's no good at all because he can't avoid kisses on the red to come back into balk. So it's a very, very good safety shot he's played there. You can just get through between the blue and the pink to flick the red below the pink, but got to be very careful he gets the white in balk. Oh dear. Now
Mark Williams, 4.
that's not as bad as it looks. He can't get through to the red over the pocket. It's not a bad safety shot, Dennis.
Better in the pocket than wobbling in the jaws and coming across and leaving Mark right in amongst them. Just a safety available.
The only reason he's not putting him back into bat here is because he knows that if he finds the top cushion, he's got him in all sorts of trouble, but he's got to get that white past the balk colours and on the top cushion. Oh, he spotted a plant. But look where the white was. He obviously didn't fancy it too much.
1.
Make sure you reach, whatever you do. Very good.
Mark Williams, 1.
Well, Dennis, I think for me this is the old famous hit and hope, because I can't see any way he can rest on the red that's nearest the pocket. He can't get to it. He needs to rest on it from the back cushion somehow. How can he get in behind it?
The one shot that might be available to him is off a couple of cushions, and if he nestles on that red, he wouldn't leave anything. Because that red wouldn't cut from that position.
Well, he's looking at the gap, Dennis, through the pink and the red to rest on the one that's right over the pocket. This is dangerous. So is he going to play it at pace? Well, he's playing the gap. Always miss-hit it by a long, long way.
Mark Williams, 6.
Well, does the pink pass if he pots the red in the middle?
Well, referee Terry Camilleri will be hoping that Mark plays from this position, because he wouldn't want to have to replace those.
He got a kick. How's your luck? How's your luck? Ali Carter played the worst shot he could have possibly played, and the kick has come to Ali's rescue.
Well, that is so unfortunate.
One.
Didn't matter which side of the blue he finished on with that red up the other end of the table. After such a fantastic match, I hope it's not decided on that bad contact. You don't like that to happen to any player.
6.
Yes, I suppose in fairness, if he'd made 30, Ali then had to play safe. At least Mark can think that, you know, he has had another chance. But as you rightly say, Dennis, he's dug so deep from 8-7 behind to make that break of 79 to level. And then the kick could have cost him dearly. That's a good shot.
7.
And pink's available. Black's the red below the black will pot. So if he gets on a red here, his favourite to take frame of match.
Mind a deciding frame. It's amazing what can happen with the pressure on. So, a long way to go here. I'm not sure if that black is available. It may be.
12.
Pink's okay, but that's a bit tight, so he won't even worry about that for the time being. Got a choice here. He can leave the pink in the middle pocket, or he can screw back for the blue, depending on the angle he has on this red. Pink back on its spot would be better. And I think that's what he's playing for. That's what he was playing for. Having second thoughts. There is another red that's available to him, and it looks as if he's going to try that into the left corner pocket. Oh, that's straightforward to get back on the black. Well, it looked as if he could stun back and get
30.
nicely onto the black. Oh, he's still on the blue though, but
Yeah, it's all about missing the kiss on the reds on the way down. He really needs to dig into this cue ball and swing it round 2 cushions. He'd like to be straight on the 2 reds just above the black. Needs to get into it. He's played this nice. Maybe a fraction too hard. May have to play the red next to the pink now. He's betwixt and between, not
18.
really on anything. He's on 2 easy reds, but getting on to the next colour's not straightforward. Oh, can he just screw across the face of this red and still be on the black in the same pocket? That's where I
19.
thought he'd play the last shot. You know, when he went up for the blue, I thought he could finish there then. Well, this is a chance now. Mark Williams' last visit. After Ali had played the worst escape out of a snooker you could possibly see, left him hampered. He was queuing down on it, which sometimes you can generate a kick, Dennis, can't you, when you're not striking parallel. And that's what happened, got a kick. I hope it's not his last shot, because it spoilt a great match.
where's the black going? Is it going onto the pink spot? Yeah, that doesn't cause any problem at all. It's a terrific opportunity now, and if Ali Carter can hold himself together, he could get himself into the semi-final. But as we've seen with Mark Williams, he got a bad contact. It's never over till all the balls disappear, or most of them, that is.
Well, the 5 reds with any sort of value colour would leave that young man Mark Williams in a position where he's going to lose by the odd frame. He's played so well in this tournament.
35.
It's a couple of seasons since Mark Williams has been in a semi-final. He got to the Shanghai Masters semi-final in 2006 and went on to win it. But since then, it's been a struggle. But in this year's
43.
UK Championship, he was back to his brilliant best, and he was very unlucky to get that heavy contact. But okay, every credit to Ali Carter.
This, of course, will help that the black goes back onto its own spot now, which gives him a little bit more margin. He can run this red in and go around the back of the 2 reds if he wants, or he can play for the pink.
50.
He's holding himself together really well here. And once he'd played that terrible escape out of the snooker, completely misjudged it and hit the pink, he must have thought he'd lost the match.
51.
So it's one of those rare occasions when a bad shot can win you the match, because this is the shot that Mark was faced with. And he's queuing down, you see, and it just bounced and threw straight to the jaw. All the deadness came out of the white as well. Very unlucky.
He's going to need the last red if he pots this one to make absolutely sure of this quarter-final. Oh.
57.
This is Mark's last chance, Dennis, isn't he? He's got to fail to get on this last red, because if he gets on the last red, it's match over.
I've always said about Mark Williams, his temperament, he's a smashing fella.
64.
You never know if he's won or lost a match. This will be hard to take, but he will still remain that character, and he'll come forward
65.
and shake the hand of Ali Carter, but he has been very unfortunate, but Ali Carter has held himself together well here. It's been a terrific quarter-final.
71.
Both players in fabulous form. Okay, maybe Mark
73.
let it slip a little bit early in this evening session, but the way he come back to keep himself in the match was superb.
76.
But at least he can go forward for the rest of the season and know that he's back playing well again.
80. $85. 91 frame and left.
What a way to
Ali
finish.
Carter.
Mark Williams must be very disappointed, but every credit to Ali Carter. That was a superb clearance, and it puts him in to the semi-final. Great match. Well done, boys.